Welcome to the Floored-U-Academy podcast. I'm Kyle Hedinn, your host, owner of Illustrious Hardwoods in Mesa, Arizona. We spend our time on this show talking with contractors and flooring professionals from across the country, interviewing them so that you can up your business game, gain insight into products, see what's going on in the community at large. This week, we've got just me. Sometimes I'm poor at planning, everyone, and life gets caught up, and it's hard to fit these in and get them recorded. But I do have something to talk about. I think it's really important to continue to get involved. So last week was TICE, or the International Surfaces event. Most people just call it Surfaces. And I was lucky enough to be able to go. And boy, it blew my mind. I really don't even know what I experienced over really about 72 hours. So I want to thank Gallagher, who is one of my distributors here in Phoenix. They are based on the West Coast. They got a branch over there in Vegas. They hooked me up with a free ticket to be able to go. So that saved me a little bit of money. Shout out to Aduris Tools, George Luker, and Eric Zern. They let me crash at their Airbnb on the couch with Chad Lewis from St. Louis and JC Braveheart from Alaska. So that was kind of like a frat house and a super interesting time in and of itself. So I got kind of lucky, and I paid for a plane ticket and some food for 3 days in Vegas, which, boy, food is really expensive there. At least if you eat anything on the Strip. So what is it? I don't know. It's probably like one of the largest, if not the largest, flooring conventions in America. It probably takes 10 minutes to walk from one side of the convention center to the other. It's absolutely gigantic. And then there's tool manufacturers there, product manufacturers. You've got flooring manufacturers from all over the world coming in. The magazines are there. The competition is going on for Installer of the Year. Basically, if you're involved in the flooring industry in some way, there is something to excite you about going. I went with the idea that I wanted to promote the the podcast, and that I wanted to meet a bunch of people to be able to interview, and it did not disappoint. I mean, it's so hard for me because I really would love to be more of a hardwood guy, but I don't fit in with the sand and finish guy since I don't sand and finish. I'm not a tile guy. I really do mostly LVP and laminate, and then some engineered hardwood. And so I'm trying to find a way to intersect in multiple different worlds. I don't even do carpet. And so there's carpet guys out there, there's tile guys out there, there's hardwood guys out there, and there's a who's who of flooring in all of them. And they are all at this convention. And so I ran into James Toll, who's an awesome sand and finish guy, now works for Loba. I've been trying to get him on, and our schedules haven't worked out, but ran into him, was able to talk to him for a minute. That was super cool. Ran into Jason McDaniels, Carl the Leonard Flash, Carl the Flash Leonard. See, I can't even keep stuff straight. I was staying with George Luker and Eric Zern, who's an awesome inventor for tools. You've got JC up in Alaska, who's super cool. Chad Lewis, who's also super cool guy. Ken Ballin was there. Was able to see the Tralama speech and find out what that was all about finally, and what this llama was and what it can do for the industry. I mean, there's something to entertain you. Oh, I mean, okay, so I ran into Rowland Thompson. Don Perkins was there. All the guys competing in the competition are absolutely amazing for even doing that. And then just being able to stop in and check out their progress as they went day by day and multiple times a day, seeing where they were at, and the pressure that they're under, the scrutiny that they're under, for them to even be able to function in that environment is absolutely amazing. So hands off to all of you, especially the winners. Way to go. Why would you want to go? Why wouldn't you want to go? That's really the question. Okay, so you're gonna give up some work, okay? Well, big deal. By going and networking with these individuals that are well respected in our industry and being able to get to know them and call them if you run into a problem, or even just being able to have a conversation with them for a minute, what's that worth? Can you put a worth on it, or is it invaluable? The If you run a store or you have access to a couple of distributors in your area, you can find new products. You can see what they're coming out with on the market. You can go around all these manufacturers. Maybe you can tell one of your distributors, hey, you should look into this line and trying to pick it up, because that's a product that I could really get behind, I could believe in, and I would want to use. You get to see new tools that are coming out. Who Crane had like a new tapping block. Adura's Tools is going to come out with an amazing new cutter. What else? I don't know. Honestly, there is too much to see, and I think if you honestly tried to stop and talk to somebody at every booth, the 3 days would not be enough. So you gotta pick and choose where you want to go and who you want to see. But the experience was amazing. I'm definitely going to go next year. I'm going to build it into my schedule automatically that I'm going to be off at that time. I will set aside money in like September to make sure I can go, and that way it's already paid for, done, and dealt with. But I don't see why you wouldn't want to go. Find something closer to your area. Maybe you can go to coverings. Maybe, I know when I went to my CFI training in Forney at the beginning of the month, there was a convention there. It may have been mostly carpet based, but there was a flooring convention going on for like Southwest Flooring Convention or something like that. At the same time, they were having one on the East Coast. So even if you go to something smaller like that, you're still going to find people that you can meet and network with. Domatex is this week, I believe. So there's another one. CFI's got a convention that usually probably like, I don't know, 150 or so guys go to in August. That's going to be in Orlando. So all of these things, yes, they cost you money. They take you away from work, but they truly are an investment in your future. And the things that you can take away from them are going to be worth so much more than what you potentially could have made on the floor. But it's up to you to make it that way. You have to go and make those relationships. You can't just walk around and ignore people and stare at your phone. You've got to go. You've got to get involved. You need to talk to the people and get to know them. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to have a bad time. You're not going to get anything out of it, and you are going to think it's a waste of money. So, 3 days there blew my mind. I got in Tuesday morning and went straight from the airport over there. Had to wait a couple hours for it to open. Got a mapped out everywhere I wanted to go. I read through the list of every person that was in attendance there, and I started circling booths. And then over the next 3 days, I made my way around multiple times and just checked them off one by one as I was doing things. So I was able to cover a lot of ground, semi strategized, but at some point I just kind of gave up and said I'll wander around and check them off as I go and see them and go like that. But I enjoyed it. Met a lot of people. Like I said, I've scheduled a lot of interviews, so they're not officially scheduled, but a lot of people that I can get on the show. Great content is coming. Better than me just sitting here rambling. I did. Let's see here. So yeah, go to these events, guys. Find them and go. There's nothing. I don't know. I've come to the conclusion, but you already know this because I'm sitting here making the podcast, that you've got to invest in your future somehow. Just sitting there worrying about when the phone's going to ring and not trying to get the phone to ring is never going to do anything. So in my opinion, going to these, you can find ways to help get the phone to ring. Oh, there's education classes every day. You don't even have to walk around the conference, the convention. You can go spend your 8 hours a day downstairs of the convention center in little like breakout sessions that run like an hour, and then I think there's like 30 minutes in between them or so. And there's like 3 sessions going on at once, and you like somebody will talk about social networking stuff and somebody will talk about marketing stuff, and then there's installation stuff and how to grow your store stuff. There's something for everyone all day, every day while you're there. There was trainings while you were there. There's so many things you can do. So if you notice at the beginning, I didn't say Floored-U-Cation Pro. I did say Floor Academy. I am going to rebrand the show. I'm going to leave the homeowner version as Floored-U-Cation. I will now call this Floor Academy. I'll have to come up with a new logo and stuff. I'll have to rebrand the homeowner version with a different logo. I'll figure some stuff out. But there's been a lot of confusion. I never liked having them both under the same name. It never really worked right. So we're going to have Floor Academy now for the pros, and we'll have Floored-U-Cation for the homeowners. Go ahead, get that pushed out, guys. I'm really trying to. It's there. It's super easy. All you got to do is copy and paste that text. When I post up those episodes on Friday, when they're made, you copy and paste that. You throw it up on your business page, and it's super easy. We recently had a lady request to join the Floored-U-Cation group because she was looking for an installer. She had questions about her flooring project, and we were able to help her and get some questions answered. And as she gets closer to doing it, I'm sure she'll have some more questions. So people are interested. They are out there. They want this education. They want this content. You've got to present it to them. They don't know it's there if you don't put it out there. So please push that out there on your pages. Try and remember to just spend a minute, copy, paste it, put it out, and that way we can continue to spread that word and do that. The pro version, we're up to like 200 listens a week, so that's super awesome. It blows my mind that you guys even listen to me, to be honest. Super humbling. But let's continue to push that out. If you run into a guy at the, shop, or you're picking up supplies from a supplier, tell people about it, please. Let them know we're out here. We're trying to make a difference. We're trying to grow businesses. We're trying to make you more successful. Because at the end of the day, look, everyone's always, the wages are from the 80s. The wages are from the 70s. Let's bring that up. That's our goal. Let's get you a more solid business that's running with systems in place to make your life easier and get that education out there so everybody can be more successful and we can bring everybody up. So that's the goal here. You all know that, though. Man, I'm going to keep it short. I've got a recording Wednesday or Friday night that I'm going to do. And we'll have a regular good old go of it next week. So if I saw you at Surfaces, super awesome to see you. Thank you. Enjoyed meeting everybody. I've already listed some names. I couldn't even list anymore. I start forgetting people and feel bad. But thank you to everyone that was there and listened to me ramble on and pitch myself and do what I was doing. I look forward to connecting in the future, and to everyone that's been listening, thank you. Like I said, it's very humbling to know that you guys are even, listening, and I'm getting 200 listens a week. So until next week, we're going to have Jason Goldberg. We're going to talk about the llama, and we're going to get the lowdown on that. I know there's a couple videos out there, but it'll be a good source to go over what Trillama is and what it can do for you. So I will catch you guys later. That's all the time we have for this week. To keep the conversation going, head on over to the Floored-U-Cation Facebook group. Be sure to subscribe so you can hear each and every episode. We can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and most major podcast directories. Don't forget to leave a review and let us know what you think about the show. If you'd like to be a guest, have questions or feedback, you can email us at flooreducation@gmail.com. You can help support the show by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/flooreducation. If you need a discount on your tools, check out toolsforflooring.com and use discount code FLOORED for 5% off. Remember, your education never stops.